Yo, what is up, guys? It's your boy Olave Edis, and in today's video, episode number 4 of the Play a Day series. If you look, we're going to play the 1-2 Seattle Seahawks. We have the 3rd offensive points per game, 20th in yards per game, pass yards, 1st in rush yards per game, 14th in defensive points per game, 4th in defensive pass yards per game, and 3rd in defensive rush yards per game. This team looks solid. We have a QB1 check-in. Tyrod Taylor. So I'm going to be discussing his lack of passing yards because we are more of a run-first team. Coach, your team has played really well in the early part of the season and is off to a hot start. How much of that is because of Tyrod Taylor? We're going to praise him. Where he goes, we follow. A lot of what we do and what we're capable of as a team is put on his back, and I think he deserves a ton of credit for the job he's done in leading us to victory so far. Credit check. Beat the Seahawks and have 300-plus passing yards with Tyrod Taylor. I don't know if he's going to get anything for that, but if he does, is he star or superstar? Because I know at one point I'm pretty sure he was a star. If I said superstar, I meant star or normal. He is normal, so who knows? Maybe we get a dev trade upgrade for that, and he goes up to star. Anyway, Saquon. We're going to be getting him back pretty soon, so let's go ahead and look at his ratings. Yeah. When we get him back in 2 weeks, trust me, that rush yards per game is going to go up by quite a bit more. Just such a good player. Darren Waller hasn't done too much for us this year yet, but, you know, our receivers have been pretty good. I think I'm going to move Wan'Dale Robinson out of the picture and instead move Jalen Hyatt to the 4. And I think we're just going to completely take Sterling Shepard out of the depth chart at that point. He's a star and he's a 75 overall. It's just he's getting to the age where I don't want him to play. And he just regresses so fast. So, we're going to move Jalen Hyatt to 6. Just so we can get Sterling Shepard out. And then we'll move him up to 4. But then I want Wan'Dale ahead of Hodgins. So, that'll be the receiving core. Try and get Jalen Hyatt involved. And one of my edits, someone said that he was a very underrated guy, which I think is true. So maybe he gets some recognition from the franchise. Anyway, we are ready to take on the 1-2 80 overall Seattle Seahawks. The defense, they have guys like Jamal Adams, Quandre Diggs, Bobby Wagner, Jordan Brooks, Devin Bush, Tariq Woolen, Devon Witherspoon, and Wuso, I don't know how to say his name. He's a linebacker. The D-line isn't great, but really they're a solid team on both sides of the ball, but I think their defense is better than their offense. So, defense, hold them, you know, don't get burnt by DK, JSN, or Tyler Lockett, and we just got to do our part on the offensive side. Good stop by the defense, and we will open up at our own 8. Is Hyatt on the field? No, not yet. Okay. Now, Matt Breida will give him a carry for 3 yards. Last week, 18 for 88, no touchdowns. Definitely his worst game of the season, and that's saying something. We didn't run the ball too much against the Niners. That was a game that we really struggled with. And there's Tyrod. Again, going for 300 passing yards with Tyrod Taylor in tonight's game. But really, just it was a struggle to go against a good team in the Niners whenever we are a team that really shouldn't be undefeated right now. We really shouldn't. We should probably only have a win. I don't know if we deserve 3 wins. And even if we only had 2, I don't know if we deserve 2 wins. Of course, with me being the user, of course that changes a lot of things. Than it would in actual simulation. That's a pretty bad decision throw. Still get it off and still get the first down. But of course, user has a lot to do with it, but the user can only do so much when his team is limited and he's going against a team that is basically unlimited to what they can do. Tyrod Taylor goes deep downfield. Darius Slayton catches a 47-yard bomb for the touchdown. Seattle will come away with a touchdown. Apparently they're beating us in rushing yards. Yeah, we'll be taking that back. Thank you very much. Of course, me just being me, I like to be beating every team in every statistic possible. So, I'm going to make sure we get a little bit of a cushion on our gain of how many rushing yards we have, rather than what they do. We have over 100 total yards now. Just got to watch out for Bobby Wag. Okay. Quandre Diggs, mentioned him before the game. He's been quiet, but he's like, hey, I'm here. We'll get a deep ball to Darren Waller, who will bring us from our own 31 to the Seattle 45. So now, Breida lost a yard, and he fumbles. Matt Breida fumbles. It'll be picked up by Darrell Taylor. They will get the ball, and they will go down and score. 14-7. Breida put the football on the ground. We're going to give him a little bit of time to recover. It didn't look like he was tired. More or less just a beating that he already took. That's 2 big hits for him today. So I think we're going to maybe try and limit his play time. But, of course, he's still going to be a pretty important part of our offense, as he has been in the past couple weeks. Tyrod, great game so far. I don't mind using lower overall, older quarterbacks like him, because you're going to have to be conservative, and you don't push his limits like you would a star QB. And that really just helps you realize that if you have to be conservative, and you have to be conservative, you're going to be conservative if you want to win football games. And I think that's the good thing about Tyrod Taylor. Here we are, 3rd and 6, going down to about 30 seconds left in the half. You're going to have to dump one off to Paris Campbell, who will get the first. We will go ahead and call our first timeout of the half. We still have 55 yards to go. Looking for a pretty deep pass here. Don't have time. It's going to be intentional grounding. Not much we could do, really. I think that's kind of a stupid call. I really think there should be some restrictions for that. I mean, if you're getting hit, what do you do, man? There should definitely be some restrictions on that call. And, yeah, that intentional grounding's really ruined this drive. We had a perfect drive going. We were probably going to get into scoring range, and we were probably going to be able to maybe get 3 points. I don't know if I could guarantee a touchdown. 4th and 13. I gotta play realistic. 4th and 13. Coach is gonna punt the ball on 4th and 13. There's no question about that. Can we down that? Not that it's really gonna matter, but we do. So with 8 seconds, where they're gonna need the ball down, they're at the 2. Great punt. We'd love to get that in a situation where we truly need it. We got a safety on the first play. And we now have 2 seconds. Can I call timeout? Okay, there we go. So, this changes the game drastically. No, I don't want Sterling in there. I don't want Paris in there. We'll see. We'll just put Darius Slayton there. So Slayton gonna run this crosser route. Who knows? Maybe we can get a touchdown off of this. I highly doubt it, considering field position. Yeah. But you know what? It gets Tyrod closer to that 300-yard game. Tyrod, what a game. Matt Breida, the guy who's been carrying our team pretty hard. Not so much. We go into halftime down 14-9. But here we go. We hit the ball. Darnay Holmes back to return, who we will just call a fair catch. We'll start at the 25, and we will go down and score. I'm not saying we might. My goal is to go down there and score. Think that's a pretty good goal. But to do that, we got to try and get Matt Breida, the guy who's been winning us these games, involved. But really, I don't know. He just hasn't had a great game today. By now, he'd usually be around the 50, 60-yard mark. And he's just past 30. You know, I'm thinking the true loss of talent is just going down as the season progresses. Just because of his age, because of his overall, because of his development trait. You know, I'm not saying he's having a terrible game, but compared to what we've seen in the past few weeks, you know, been regarded as a, you know, top 5 elite running back in the league statistic-wise, this is definitely going to allow some of those running backs to catch up to him and make sure that, you know, they're more noticed than a guy like Matt Breida. Tyrod Taylor, we're going to take off. We're going to get that first down, and this is going to lead to another carry for Matt Breida. At least, we could at least try and get him another touchdown. But, yeah, there we go. And that's the Matt Breida we're used to. I think as long as he is having 50-yard games, he's fine. We get hit, they recover, and this Seattle defense didn't come to play. They want the win. Just 8 seconds left in the third quarter. That changes the game drastically. We're down 21-9 at the start of the fourth. And this quite possibly could be the first L we take. And it'll most likely, and, you know, hate to throw him under the bus, but it'll be because of Matt Breida. The 2 the 2 fumbles. Sure, they're big hits. The second one was on me. He was tired. I really shouldn't have ran the ball, especially knowing how aggressive this Seattle defense is. But, of course, you got to put some of it on the defense. The defense not being able to get stops. Sure, they have gotten a few, but, you know, 2, 3 more stops goes a long, long way. And I'm not trying to have Tyrod get hit. So we take it out of bounds. Breida. Saying he doesn't fumble. He gets in. That's, I think, his 6th touchdown on the year. But now it is 28-16. Seattle having a heck of a game. We're just going to slide down here. Still time left to play. But now, considering the fact that we are under 4 minutes, we need to get down here and score in a timely manner. And the defense needs to come up big. I mean, they say defense wins championships. Defense can win games too. Tyrod Taylor using his scrambling ability. You know, if all the rushing yards ain't going to be there with Breida today, Tyrod will be able to make up for it. Robert Woods going to get the catch and the 27-yard touchdown. And just like that, 28-23 with 138. 5-point game. We have the ball. We have an 80-yard field. Breida goes. He'll get about 5 or 6 yards. They'll count it at 6. A minute 15 left in this game. That's when I'm going to snap it. There we go. We'll throw a low ball to Paris Campbell. Tyrod. The 300-yard game has been achieved. In my opinion, this has been his best game of the season. We are now under a minute, and we are now under 50 seconds. This is rush time. Got to get out of this formation. So we're going to throw. Quick screen to Matt Breida. We're going to let him get that first, and instead of using a timeout, we will get out of bounds. 3 timeouts left. We are past midfield. We can't kick a field goal. And I just said I wanted to get out of this. Probably going to have to throw a dump-off pass to Darren Waller. Hope that he gets out of bounds. Go, Darren. Go, Darren. We'll run upfield, and we'll still get the yards. We are almost inside the 30. Darren Waller having a pretty big game. Over 70 yards. His best game on the year. Darren, another catch. We're running hurry up. We are right here, knocking on the doorstep. Less than 10 seconds. Tyrod, nowhere to go. Gets hit. Fumbled. And that is the game loser. Tried to get in. Desperation move. And we lose. We fumble. And Seattle comes away with the win. I mean, what a game. What a game. Seattle had our number. The fumbles, that Seattle defense. I talked about it before the game. Talk about it now. Seattle's defense is a great defense. What makes Seattle such a good team is the defense. You know, we didn't have too much of a response for it. Our passing offense was great. But when it came down to it, when we had to run the ball with Matt Breida, it didn't come up too big. Sure, you can say Tyrod lost us the game. But we wouldn't have been in that situation had Matt Breida not fumbled. You know, the first time, if it would have been one fumble, it wouldn't have been an issue. The second fumble is what made it an issue. Tyrod, great game. We're down to 3-1. Seattle moves up to 2-2. We are still going to be leading the division in a very heavy NFC East division. I mean, yeah, you hate to see it, but, you know, you had to know the loss was eventually going to hit us. And it just came way too soon, in my opinion. We're going to go ahead and do the QB1 check-in. And let's just go ahead and look at this. If I can, if it'll load. Sorry about the slow loading screen. I really felt good about our chances this week, but it didn't go our way and we didn't pick up the win. Don't worry, there's still a lot of season left. Give it 24 hours, then put it in the rear view and start getting ready for the next one. So Tyrod doesn't get like a dev trade upgrade for a 95% completion percentage? That many touchdowns in almost 350 yards? He deserves it, but I'm not going to give it to him myself because just not going to. So let's go ahead and look at the stats. Tyrod, 1,100 yards even, 7 touchdowns, 4 picks. This right here isn't great. This right here is. I like that. Breida, getting close to 500 yards. Had his first 2 fumbles of the year. 6 touchdowns. Tyrod has 1. Eric Gray has 2. He has 40 yards. Receiving, Darius Slayton, almost 500 for 5. And Paris Campbell has 210 for 1. Darren Waller's still looking for that first touchdown on the year. Robert Woods got his first touchdown on the year last game. Just our offensive line been playing really good football. Defensively, the interception numbers, those will gain, but so far 2 picks by week 4 isn't bad. And yeah, by the end of week 4, we have a combined. We have a total of 8 sacks. Sorry, took a little bit of math right there. And quite a few tackles for loss. So this defensive group, pretty good defensive group here. Offensive, good. Defensive, good. You know, we like to see it. It's just Seattle was the better team this week, and that's just the truth about it. Anyway, that will be the episode. If you did enjoy, make sure you subscribe, like if you're here, and go ahead and take one last look at this roster before we head into week 5. Again, pretty good group. I think the fumbling issue will go away once we get Saquon back, as long as we don't try and pull any freaky stuff. But yeah, this is the team. Once again, just a quick overview. Haven't really showed you all the team in a little bit, so just thought I'd give a quick overview before the episode is over. Deonte Banks. Hang on, wait. Deonte Banks. Okay, he's played 285 out of 500, so he is getting close. Anyway, that will be the episode. Hope you did enjoy. If you did, make sure you drop a like. I'm out.